Okay, welcome back. We're on the R&C Financial Podcast. I'm Gareth. This is Rob, and we're really getting into some fantastic detail here about the past of Rob. Is all of the information around how he was keen to start off his career in the health segment of his work and career. But now we wanted to focus a little bit more about how he helps people on the wealth side of his business. After all, it's called R&C Financial. So Rob, just give us a bit of an inkling then about where that works. Again, what took your interest there, and how is this business kind of multifaceted in that way?
I got involved with helping teachers overcome because teachers, when they retire, they get a pension. But what a lot of teachers don't realize is that the pension they receive is a pay reduction from what they're presently making in their salaries. And the sooner they understand what that is going to look like, the sooner they can do something to overcome that gap between your pension and your actual present income. So, and there's all sorts of different methods that you can actually use. There's really understanding the value of money, understanding the concepts of investment strategies, and because ultimately everybody wants to invest in the marketplace or in the stocks. That's where the real money is in the stocks. But it's a situation if you could still invest in the stocks and appreciate the gains without being subject to the losses, and you could be in a vehicle that prevents you from losing any money at all, that ultimately is where you want to be. Now, the thing of it is that I need for you to understand that that's where you want to be as well. So I'll go through a process of educating people about, the concepts of investing, but, there's also, because ultimately what you're because when you have a pension and you're a teacher, it's a lifetime pension after you're done. So what you want is something that sticks with you to minimize the gap, but there is also a lifetime of overcoming that difference. So there are ways of being able to do that, and it's really actually cost effective the sooner you do it than waiting to the last minute. So just for an example, with my spouse, sold her business 2015, and we had a large chunk of money that we were investing in the marketplace. However, we were also experiencing the decreases, and with COVID, we lost a considerable amount of money. And so, wait a minute, I'm teaching these teachers how to do this. And now I've got it to where we've invested all that money that was subject to losses now in a vehicle that will no longer lose, and my wife will have a guaranteed income for life, as opposed to this big chunk of money. When I pull it out, there's no guarantee. It's just this big chunk of money, and how many people have gone through a big chunk of money in a short amount of time? And they're like, what the heck did I just spend all that money on? Well, it's almost as if you're setting yourself up with the velvet rope thing. So stay within the lines and really creating that comfort zone. And it's in essence, make that foundation blueprint for yourself. So, and the fact that I was able to do it for myself, my wife, my family, and also do it with teachers, and I can do it with anybody. But it first begins with the education process of understanding what are your goals and what are you willing to do in order to meet those goals, rather than me finding out how much money you can spend on a certain vehicle and trying to give you all this stuff that gives you the amount of money, and it's at the most amount of money that you can spend that month. No, let me ask you, what are your goals, and then what are you willing to, it's a heck of a lot easier to answer that question as opposed to going into a deep dive into your financial analysis and understanding. A lot of people are uncomfortable with me finding out all that information.
Yeah.
I get it. I mean, if I just met you 10 minutes ago, you'd feel much more comfortable in telling me what your goals are rather than how much money you have to spend.
Yeah.
Because
So
those are two different things. Let's concentrate on achieving your goals, and really, once you understand what might be necessary to reach those goals, then it's your decision on whether or not you want to undertake that. And at least you have a baseline, and then you can kind of, do steps around it and then get creative. And because everybody's situation, everybody's goals are different. And having that ability to listen to what your goals are and to understand the commitment that you're willing to undertake in order to meet those goals, it's a lot less invasive than me dissecting everything about your bills and mortgage payments. And because your goals pretty much should check all those boxes on finishing, owning your home, paying off your student debt, paying for your children's college. If there were some of your goals, like I said, each one of those goals is inherently got a solution that's worth investigating.
yeah,
And it's
totally.
up to us to investigate. You're never going to buy anything to reach your goals unless you understand that this is necessary for me to reach my goal.
Yeah.
Not me telling you, you telling me that it's necessary.
Yeah. So true, isn't it?
I'd
So
rather make my own decisions. I hate to be sold just like everybody else does.
well,
I'd rather understand and be empowered to make my own decisions. Thank you very much.
yeah, totally, totally. I think it was Zig Ziglar who said famously, that you can't reach a target you don't have. Yeah, you can't hit a target you don't
Right.
have, and that's so true. I mean, I have plenty of Zig Ziglar books behind me as well. What a guy he is! But that's a different podcast altogether. But yeah, you're right. And it's true in your world of what you're talking about. Again, it's that client understanding, the understanding of the client equally, two different things about what those goals are. So again, it's key.